Adam here with Brooksaw Antiques. Today we have this 1940 Corona Standard vintage portable typewriter. I'm going to show you how to use the functions and make sure they all work. Behind the carriage are the margins, and you just push it like that and you can move it. I'm going to set that pretty close to the end there and just make sure it's locked in. This is your left margin, and I'm just going to keep that on the edge as well so I have maximum clearance. This is the paper bale that sits on top of the paper. You want to pull that out so it feeds through without going over it. It has to go under it like that, and then it just sits on top. Once you hear the bell, you're at the end of the margin. You hit this line space, gets you back to the beginning, and skips 1 or 2 spaces. Right now we have it on single, but if you want double, you just flip this switch forward, it skips 2. We're going to keep that on single for now and finish typing. As you can see, all the keys type nice and none of them skip or stick. I'll type a sentence in red on the next line. To switch from black to red, there's a switch on the right side here. You flip that all the way down, it prints the bottom portion of the ribbon. When you have it in the middle, it doesn't print any ink at all. It just leaves a stencil for copying purposes. When you have it up top, it prints the top portion of the ribbon, which is black. We're going to move that down for red. Beautiful typing machine. This is one of the ultimate classics. The way it sounds, the way it looks, and the way it feels. Very nice typewriter, one of the most popular that they ever made. I really like the style of it. They made these in glossy black before in the 30s, and then I think the Great Depression changed the style of these. Most typewriters were the crinkled black, the flat black color instead of the glossy in the 40s. To pull the page out easy, there's a switch on the right side here. You flip it forward and it unlocks the rollers under the platen, allowing you to pull the page out easy or load thicker paper like carbon copy or cardstock. Make sure you flip that back before you load the next page, or else it won't load correctly. Shift on each side and a shift lock on the left. To clear that, just hit the shift button again. Backspace on the right side of the keyboard. Very nice. Margin release underneath that. When you get to the end of the margin, there's a mechanism that blocks you from printing. If you hit that margin release button, it will allow you to go all the way to the end. That works good. We're going to move that color back up to print black. Open the hood. All the brand new ribbon is loaded on the left side, so it's pulling to the right. If you want to switch that direction, there's a switch on the left side of the keyboard here. You flip that down, and it'll pull counterclockwise to the left. You flip it down again, it pulls to the right. That works good. Touch control on the inner left side. The higher up you go with that, the more tension there is when you hit the keys. The farther down you go, the less tension there is. When it's on high tension, you do have to hit those keys harder for them to print. On the right side of the carriage is the carriage release behind the knob here. And underneath is the carriage lock. So there's a little lever that you push in front of it, and it just locks the carriage in the middle, so it protects the escapement, which is the mechanism that allows the typewriter to move 1 space at a time, and if that gets damaged, it's a big operation to fix. And they don't make the parts anymore, so you got to get an original part. So you don't want to risk that. On the left side of the carriage release, very smooth. And if you pull out the knob here, it disables the spacing so you can get to an exact spot on the page. You push it in, you get those clicks. Each one of those clicks is 1 space, and that's it. Now available on eBay or Etsy. Search Brooksaw Antiques.